Israel strikes Syria again. Is it a preemptive defense or regional power play? Good evening. This is Mousumi. Today our top story comes from the volatile Middle East, where Israel has once again launched airstrikes inside Syrian territory. And what's the target? Reportedly Hezbollah logistics, Iranian convoys and military infrastructure. But behind the smoke and fire lies a deeper web of geopolitical maneuvering. Let's unpack what's really going on and ask the hard questions the world needs to consider. The strategic doctrine of preemptive defense for Israel striking Syria isn't just a reaction, it's a doctrine. Since its founding, Israel has pursued a policy of preemptive defense shaped by its geography and hostile neighbors. With Iranian-backed forces entrenched in Lebanon, Gaza and Syria, the Israeli Defense Forces, we call it IDF, sees Syria as not just a neighbor but a strategic buffer zone. The strike isn't an isolated event, it's a message that Israel won't wait to be attacked. Now, is Israel's preemptive strategy a necessary shield, or does it fuel perpetual conflict? Targeting Iran's Shia crescent. What is that? Since the Syrian civil war, Iran has built a corridor of influence from Tehran through Iraq, Syria and Lebanon, forming the so-called Shia crescent. Israeli airstrikes consistently target this corridor. IRGC command post weapons shipments to Hezbollah airstrips and depots believed to be launch pads for future attacks. This isn't just military action, it's geopolitical containment. Can regional stability ever exist while Iran and Israel engage in shadow warfare inside sovereign states like Syria? Now, what is this Druze angle where morality is meeting strategy? Officially, Israel claims it is also protecting the Druze community, a religious minority in southern Syria, especially in As-Suwaida province. So, for decades, the Druze have walked a tightrope under the Assad regime. But in recent years, their protests over inflation, unemployment and forced conscription have been met with brutal crackdowns. Israel's solidarity isn't just humanitarian, it's strategic. The Druze community in Israel, over 150,000 strong, has deep ties to their Syrian kin. Many serve in the IDF and hold political posts. Supporting Druze across the border helps Israel gain moral legitimacy for its strikes while securing strategic depth near the Golan Heights. Now, is Israel genuinely protecting a persecuted minority or using it as a pretext to legitimize deeper operations in Syria? Is it political smoke screen? What's Netanyahu's internal calculations? Behind every airstrike, there's often domestic turbulence. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faces intense pressure over his handling of the Gaza war, the ongoing hostage crisis, and widespread judicial reform protest. For many critics, these strikes are also a political maneuver. History shows military action often rallies national support, reframing public discourse from internal strife to existential security threats. Now, are Israeli airstrikes becoming political tools in this guise? Will this conflict escalate? Syria is a crowded chessboard. Iran and Hezbollah use it to transport arms. Russia has troops and air bases in Latakia. Assad's regime, though weakened, remains defiant. Each Israeli strike risks sparking a wider proxy conflict. Hezbollah could retaliate from Lebanon or Syria. Iranian militias could use drones, rockets or border raids. If Russian assets are hit, diplomatic fallout could follow. Are we standing at the brink of a new regional war, or is this carefully calibrated brinkmanship? What's Assad's claim versus reality? The Druze question. President Ahmad al-Shara recently declared the Druze sons of Syria, pledging unity and protection. But ground reports show a different picture. Surveillance, arrest, and raids in Druze regions, divide and rule policies that suppress Druze self-expression. Now, co-optation of minority identities for propaganda optics while offering little real autonomy. Is Assad's inclusive rhetoric a shield for authoritarian suppression? Is Middle East peace possible soon, or is it a mirage or mission? Finally, the big picture: how far are we from peace in the Middle East? There are glimpses of hope like the Abraham Accords, but real peace requires resolving core flashpoints. The Israeli-Palestinian issue, Iranian-Israeli hostilities, sectarian and ethnic divides, with the US introspective and Russia tied up in Ukraine, there is no global referee that leaves the region to police itself, a prospect both promising and perilous. Can the Middle East ever forge a self-driven peace architecture? Or is conflict baked into the current power structure? In the end, Israel's latest strike on Syria is not just about rockets and radars. It's about power identity, survival and perception. Whether this is another step toward regional confrontation or a calculated deterrent is up for history to decide. This is The Global Eye. Stay sharp, stay aware. Thank you.